Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another cryptocurrency video. Today we're going to be going over our normal schedule as well as what's going on with the general market. And what I just wanted to mention is, we're seeing cryptocurrencies somewhat flat over the past 24 hours. The bull run slowed down a little bit. But either way, I think that we're going to continue moving higher here. Of course, we will have pullbacks along the way. But what's really important to mention, I think, is, we had our big decline and everything, and a lot of people got really scared, right, that it was like the end of cryptocurrency or something. But I just wanted to give a bit of a reminder that cryptocurrencies are still strong, right? When you look at the bigger picture again, we're still holding our long-term uptrend. And really, yes, we did have a pullback, but that's normal considering the massive growth that we saw over the past couple months. So you really have to keep an eye on the big picture in these type of situations. And the fact of the matter is that we are still bullish right now, despite the fact that we hit a bit of a bump in the road. I think pretty shortly here, within the next few weeks, we'll really be back up and running to where we were previously, and basically cryptocurrencies are still remaining strong here. Now let's just go over the general market. Not that much to say. Litecoin is holding up decently here. Neo doing pretty good. Some of them are down slightly, but overall, like I said, somewhat flat. Verge up 10%. Another one that was doing pretty good was Omisigo. And I just want to mention a couple things about my change in my schedule, right? Where I moved Vertcoin, Omisigo, and Monero. That's nothing against those coins. And I saw a lot of you that were like, please bring back Monero, please bring back Vertcoin. And I may still do that. But you have to understand that I have no bias, right? And some of you were mentioning how, Omisigo was going to do good soon and that Vertcoin had a good day yesterday. That's not relevant to why I add these cryptocurrencies, right? I just try to add the cryptocurrencies that the most people are interested in and that have, some very clear things in the pipeline. So that's kind of what I base myself off, really just off the feedback that I'm getting from all of you. And with that being said, everyone, make sure to follow me on my Twitter. I give live cryptocurrency market updates there. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the technical analysis side of things, starting off with Nano. So what we saw with Nano is a little bit of a pullback here. That's something that I did call for. We moved a little bit lower, back closer to 90,000 Satoshis, not quite there yet. But what's important to mention, really, I'd say, is that actually we did test 90,000 Satoshis, got to bounce off that, came back above our downtrend line. And that's really where we're finding support, right, on our previous downtrend line. So we're not in that downtrend line, but we are bouncing on top of it, which is completely normal, right? And we may still continue to trickle down a little bit lower if the market doesn't get another boost in strength quickly. But really, we want to make sure we hold above 90,000 Satoshis. If we drop lower than that, probably going to come back down to 82,000 Satoshis. And we really want to avoid dropping lower than that, I'd say, right? Things could get pretty bad. As for turning more bullish again, we want to try to get back above 100,000 Satoshis, ideally 105,000 Satoshis, to really confirm bullish price action. And otherwise, right, we're probably just going to consolidate between 90,000 and 100,000 Satoshis, which isn't a bad scenario considering, that the market is still trying to get a bit of a footing and that Nano itself still has some looming issues with BitGrail and stuff like that. With that being said, let's jump right into the technical analysis of Bitcoin now. And Bitcoin is still actually looking pretty strong here. We can see that the Bollinger Bands, middle band, coming back up slightly, still have our uptrend going. Same thing on the indicators, good volume still, and we have put in once again a higher high, higher low. We are coming pretty close to our upper Bollinger Band, which could start to slow things down a little bit. Moving forward, we have this red downtrend line. That'll obviously be a level that we may struggle with a little bit. And then after that, that $12,788 resistance level, which same thing may put a little bit of pressure on the price. But either way, I do see us moving, higher than that over the next couple of weeks and returning closer and closer to $20,000. So like I've been mentioning, right, these two pink trend lines, which correspond to our current uptrend line and our previous uptrend line, forms this channel in which we should be able to move higher in as we move forward. So probably going to bounce up and down here between these two trend lines. Let's go over to Ethereum now and see what's been going on with Ethereum. So let's take a look, and it looks like Ethereum is also putting in a higher high, higher low, now trading back above the middle band, right? That's the red line right over here at $903. So it's great that we're back above that. As for the indicators, still have that little uptrend going. Volume is slowing off maybe a little bit, but still okay for now. And what I do want to mention is that we are moving towards the higher end of our symmetrical triangle formation that we're in for Ethereum, right? And that symmetrical triangle formation is formed by our two red trend lines, as you can see. So what may happen here is that we come a little bit higher, test this downtrend line, and pull back a little bit, bounce off the uptrend line. Once we reach the end of this formation, we may break towards the upside or downside. A lot of things, as far as the indicators are concerned, are pointing that we move towards the upside. But just know that, ideally we want to try to break out of this as early as possible. So maybe if there's enough strength, we may be able to do that over the next couple days. But what is usually more likely is that we come towards the end of the formation, which may take, 2-3 weeks still. So that's what I wanted to point out here for Ethereum. And let's go over to Litecoin now, which is in a little bit of a different position than Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's already made some pretty good progress as far as, getting through some resistance levels and stuff like that. Still moving slightly higher. Indicators looking pretty strong here, but we did get a pretty strong bounce. So I do expect things to maybe slow down a little bit, especially if the general market also starts to slow down. But we do have the Bollinger Bands expanding. And really what may hold back Litecoin a bit right now is the fact that we're towards the higher end of our channel between our two pink trend lines, right? And what that means is that we're probably going to come back at least towards the middle of the channel, or maybe even come back and test the current uptrend line. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Ideally, we do want to continue to hold above $218. That's where our support level is at currently. And our next big resistance level, as far as getting back to the previous all-time highs, that's at $279. We can also look at the high of the candlestick right over here, which is at $237, to kind of confirm us moving higher and closer to $280 as we move forward. We're just going to have to wait and see how strong it acts, but either way, I think we will remain in this channel and probably going to act a bit stronger than Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? It has been, at least. Now let's go take a look at Ripple and see what Ripple is doing throughout this recovery. Let's see, need to load here, but Ripple is a little bit flat, not completely weak or anything like that, but definitely acting in a more sideways price action. Indicators still looking pretty good. We're above the 50 line on the RSI, and I'd say we are looking for a bit of a breakout, right? And for a powerful boost to really start to kick things back into action, because while we have been getting above $1 again and stuff like that, we haven't really gotten that true breakout yet. And what I just put in here was potentially the level that we need to get back above to get that boost, which is at $1.23. And to be honest, I don't see that happening just yet. I think we're going to trade here, for the next probably week or two, pretty flat still, at least till $1.50. But really, I'd say between $1 and $1.23. We're going to remain pretty flat here, consolidate, put a base in, and then we'll probably have what we need to really get that breakout and start moving pretty quickly to $1.50, hopefully even higher than that, right? Really get some strength here into Ripple. Because for now, it's been forming that base, it's been holding its levels, but we haven't seen that strong spike yet. Now let's go over to NEO, which is doing pretty good, I believe. Let's take a look here at NEO. And yeah, pretty strong green candlestick. We actually are breaking out of our downtrend line. That corresponds to this red line right over here. Very key sign. Indicators looking great. Got some crossovers there as well. Nice little U-shaped bounce on the RSI. What this means is that we're testing that $140 mark. It is going to be hard to break above it because other cryptocurrencies are still kind of getting that base in. So NEO may have to wait for the rest of the market to catch up with it. So what is likely is that we tested this $140 mark. We'll probably move back a little bit lower, bounce off our downtrend line for support, and then once the rest of the market is ready to really kick back into action, break back above $140, maybe even $145, and basically be in a consolidation where we were at previously. If NEO is really strong enough, then we may start to see it break above $140. We really want to see it get back above $145 to really be back to where we were previously, right before the all-time highs, right? And then the last level we'll have to break it after that to get back to the previous all-time highs will be $167. Let's take a look now at our new addition, which is actually Stellar Lumens. Really happy to have this one in the daily crypto updates now. What we're seeing here for Stellar Lumens is pretty flat on the indicators, still no sign of a reversal just yet. With that being said, we are still above our uptrend line, and we actually broke out of the short-term downtrend. So probably going to bounce off that as we trend higher, and I do expect the price to remain relatively flat. Definitely don't think we're going to lose the uptrend line support though. So we do want to get back above 4,500 Satoshis pretty soon. Ideally, get back above 5,000 Satoshis. That would put us where we were previously. But what I do want to mention for Stellar Lumens is that we actually held pretty well throughout the drop, and that means that we're not that far away from where we were before. So already getting back to about $5,000, 5,000 satoshis basically puts us to where we were at right before the all-time highs. And the level that we want to break above to get back to the all-time highs would be around 6,000 satoshis. Let's go ahead and take a look at Lisk now, which I think is also doing pretty good. This has been one of the stronger cryptocurrencies to really be a bit of an outlier as far as not really being affected by the general market decline. And as you can see, kind of like NEO here, it is actually breaking out ahead of all these other cryptocurrencies that are still stabilizing a bit. So indicators taking off here, and really we got a very significant, actually I should say, break above the downtrend line as well as that $33 mark. And that means that really we could see it start to push back towards the all-time highs now pretty quickly. All-time highs at $41.39. So there's really nothing holding us back. Probably will still pull back a little bit here, but things should move pretty quickly now for Lisk. And either way, no matter what happens, I think that we're gonna move higher in our channel right in between these two pink trend lines. So that's the area that we can kind of expect the price to move upwards in, bounce in between as we reach back to the all-time highs, maybe even put all-time highs in within the next month or two. Probably here, since Lisk is looking pretty strong compared to other cryptocurrencies. Let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano now. And I believe Cardano is still struggling a bit. As you can see, it's trickling down lower. Same thing on the indicators. No real sign of reversal or any type of bullish signals. No further bearish signals, but it's just continuing what it has been doing, which is downtrending. And what we want to see here is a break above really the downtrend line, but we want to see it get back above 4,000 satoshis now to really confirm that we can start to move higher again. Because until we do that, probably going to start continue pushing lower, since we have so much downward pressure from the downtrend line, and that'll bring us pretty quickly to 3,000 satoshis normally. So let's take a look at our next cryptocurrency, last one of the daily crypto update, which is going to be IOTA. IOTA is looking good here, now finally starting to round back up as far as the Bollinger Bands are concerned, middle band as well, but very significant move as far as the price action is concerned. We're now back above our longer term uptrend line, which we temporarily dipped below, but it's very good to see that we're back above it. And that really means that now we should see it start to trend higher along this uptrend line, right? Indicators uptrending as well. And really, we do have some resistance levels ahead. That's going to put a little bit of pressure on the price. We're also pretty close to the upper Bollinger Band. There's resistances at $263, $3. So we'll have to scale back above all those levels. But really, I see us moving in this bigger channel in between our current uptrend line and our previous uptrend line right over here. So these two pink trend lines are the channel that we should move higher in as we try getting back to $4 for IOTA. And it's going to take some time. We're obviously going to have some pullbacks here as we get back above these resistance levels. I think that we will definitely be uptrending here over the coming weeks as we process this recovery for IOTA. With that being said, everyone, this is the end of this daily crypto update. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.